Welcome to the fabulous Formula office.
Yeah.
275 East 4th Street, Suite 400, St. Paul, Minnesota.
My name is James Garrett. I'm the founder and managing partner of Formula. I've wanted to be an architect since I was a little kid, as long as I can remember, playing with Legos and Lincoln Logs. I was born on the island of St. Thomas, but I grew up here in St. Paul, Minnesota, where my mother and my grandfather and great-grandmother are from.
My name's Nathan Johnson, one of the partners here at Formula. Upon graduation from St. Paul Academy and Summit School in St. Paul, I went to Cornell University and received a Bachelor of Architecture there. And I will say that the one thing that really opened my mind up, I actually spent 2 semesters abroad studying in Rome, Spain, France, Portugal. Spent a little bit of time in England as well, but really looking at how the masters constructed architecture from ancient history all up until modern history. Really kind of opened my mind to architecture.
My name is Eric Goodlow. I am the third partner, or the second of the 3 partners. Actually, I didn't know what the heck I wanted to do when I was younger, so I'm the oddball in the group of 3 from a couple of different angles. One, I'm not an architect. My background is in business management undergrad. Born and raised here in Minnesota, went to school, Hamline University. Then I got my master's in on the public aspect of management. From public administration and urban and regional studies. So my interest kind of came from a community, urban, business side, and really met James, in 9th grade, or actually high school, his 9th grade and my 10th grade year at St. Paul Central. Also graduated Minutemen in the house.
That's right.
And we've just connected and stayed connected, and so from an angle of wanting to go into business, again, these 2 brothers being real focused on what they wanted to do, my interest was just saying I knew I wanted to do something for myself.
Architecture is that first opportunity for interaction that an individual or a group has. People start to formulate opinions, whether prejudicial or otherwise, about a place as they encounter it, before they ever enter that space, before they ever interact with the people, the individuals that run it or that own it. So architecture is something, it's visceral, it's ephemeral, it does something to people without them even realizing that it's being done to them.
It's a very theoretical question, what is architecture, and I think it's something we strive to kind of discover. I guess I would start out by saying that there's a difference between building and architecture, and building is what a lot of people see on the street most times every day. You see buildings around you, you see structures, or whatever you want to describe it as. Architecture is something which touches you and makes you kind of enjoy life a little bit more, and it's not relegated strictly to buildings. It's urban environments, it's artistic, it's thoughtful, it's creative, it's a variety of different things, and I think as a company, as a firm, as people who enjoy kind of the world and enjoy the urban environment, we aspire to create things which kind of touch people.
One of the things that I think is unique about Formula as individuals is that we all grew up in the city, we're city kids, and we came back to the city. We live in the city, we've homesteaded neighborhoods. So we're not the type of individuals that are coming into the city and trying to set direction for how we think cities should operate and how people should interact with one another, blase blah. We're actually part of this sort of evolutionary process, and we work with community groups, we work with local nonprofits, we work with local art centers, we work with local churches. we're really in the process of trying to reinvent how direction is set and how shots are called sort of within the urban environment. One of the things that we did with this space was we experimented. We wanted to try some new things, some things that maybe clients would want to try at some point, and so we wanted to basically have a demonstration space. Everything in this office is on wheels, all the workstations, all the chairs, all the tables. You know, we wanted to have something that we could shift and move around to be able to host different events, to be able to use this loft space as creatively and in sort of a multidisciplinary manner. And so when I designed this, it was totally with the understanding that we would be bringing people into this space and thus sort of bringing them into our vibe. And so this space had to really speak to who we were and what we are trying to do and where we're trying to go. The first thing that we saved our money for our first large enough client paycheck was to commission the mural behind us to be done. And Takumba Aiken and Roger Cummings collaborated to do just really an unbelievable piece of art. You know, that was the first thing that was being done, is we're sitting in, you know, folding chairs at a table, you know, struggling to try to, you know, get projects done. You know, those guys were in here painting, and it was really the right move. It was the right first thing to do to set the tone for everything else, the rest of the design, and even the colors we pulled out of the mural, and it sort of just set the tone for how we were going to express ourselves and sort of put that first foot forward.
Lead people to say this is easy and we still got challenges in front of us, but little bit of luck and a lot of hard work, I think we've made something pretty successful. So.
Very good.